All right, everyone. On Christmas Day, Google announced that the most searched term of 2021 was NFT. So whether you like it or not, you're going to have to learn about it, and you might as well hook up with us, and we're going to get into it right now. All right, everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much. If you have not joined our community in Discord yet, do that. You could find that in the show notes or the description. But look, there's really no way to actually quantify the buzz around NFTs and everything that's transpired over the last 12 months. And what I mean is I'm going to give you some mind freaking blowing stats. Like, trust me, you're going to be floored when you hear some of them. But it doesn't actually calculate the conversations Heather and I have, the ideas we hear from people, the things that are being discussed at conferences, the big brands that are secretly getting things on board. So before we do that, you just need to know that this trend, quote unquote trend, is probably not going anywhere. And despite the fact that many people say 98% of projects will fail, which could be true, it's just because it's so early. A lot of people are going to fail early on until people figure out how to leverage it and how to get creative with it. Now, we're going to get into all that stuff, but I thought it would be good because it's New Year's for Heather and I to share with you a little bit about what the hell we were posting about like a year ago. And we'll probably start with Heather if she's ready in her awesome swag. But
I love New Year's. I have to say this. I'm so excited for 2022. New Year's is the best stinking holiday in the world, and I was just as enthusiastic about it this time last year. I don't think you know this about me, Rich. Last year in December, I was on a movie set for an entire month filming filming. I played a therapist in a feature film Hunting Souls, which comes out April in 2022 at your local Redbox. It's going to be phenomenal. But this was me a year ago. I was in the makeup room and took this little picture. I also had made a viral video that kids getting out of cars that had 9.5, I believe, million views on Facebook.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it got picked up by Pop Sugar. I was pretty pumped about that. That was me. Let me see what was going on my TikTok. I was making some really phenomenal videos like this one.
Oh, man. What the heck?
I was just doing stupid crap like that. I was really into the creative. I've really come to terms over this past year that I'm more of a creative than an entrepreneur, even though I'll always have entrepreneurial tendencies. My mind always goes to creativity over scaling something and money. And I really embraced that this past year. And so I was just playing a lot last year. What about you?
This is what I was posting a year ago. Let's see if it opens up. Hopefully the sound goes. Can you hear the sound?
Yeah. This is why this had 199 views.
Hate. Don't hate. All right.
What about your IG? What do you have going on in your IG?
All right. This is a year ago. Let's see. I had a bunch of stuff going on. I had This Is Awkward. That was pretty fun. That stupid headshot I had looking like fucking Huxtable. But this was pretty decent.
Hundreds use it to leverage.
Bloopers.
Generate leads, generate business, and make real business relationships. Now, I
feel like this is our recording session. Like, this is the faces you make at me all the time.
So I'm going to be your guide. I'm going to help you navigate fucking shit.
Okay, this is behind the scenes of my life right now. We're recording with Rich. This is what happened.
So that's what we were talking about. You were on a movie set. That for me, I was actually invited to be a LinkedIn professor for this on Shalene Johnson's Marketing Impact Academy. And she is someone who I interviewed, someone who helped me get into marketing. She's got a massive following, and I was invited because I was all about LinkedIn, which I ain't about LinkedIn no mo. So that was what I was doing. And yeah, like, so real quick, we're going to get into this thing, guys. But again, I want to show you how much a year can change. What was your business doing? How was your business? Was it thriving? Was it shit? What was happening?
I don't remember a year ago. I really don't. I mean, I think it's been pretty steady over the past year. I've switched industries a little bit. I decided to go into helping with funnels and courses and memberships from service providers. So that was a big shift that I made over this past year. But I wouldn't say thriving. I don't think I've ever gotten to the point of thriving. I've always wanted to grow more. more, doing well, but there's always more that I want to accomplish with it. But I'll tell you what, the freedom aspect of it, so we have time to do stuff like this, that's a win for me, right?
100%. And before we talk about how the NFT earthquake shook everything up for us in a good way, she wasn't necessarily thriving, but she was doing well. I was doing the same thing and I was kind of complacent. And look, I was doing like video production primarily. And then I really started diving into podcasting and my podcast started to do well. But I didn't enjoy the video production. I don't belong behind the camera. I belong in front of the camera. I'm just going to say it. That's what I believe. That's how it is. And that's what it was. So all of a sudden, an opportunity came for us to meet and then things changed. But Heather, let's do a little bit of trivia.
Trivia.
Before we get into these stats, okay? You guys don't want to miss these stats. But Heather, did you know what Ethereum was in January 2021?
Not only did I not know what it was, I had no idea how to say it.
Shout out to our 2-star review, motherfucker. That fucking dickhead. I'll never let him off the hook for that.
I'm sorry. I had never even heard of that term. Had no idea what Ethereum was, let alone an NFT. What about you?
I did not know what an NFT was. I thought an NFT was some sort of financial transaction like EFT. I don't even remember what EFT stands for, right? Did you know what MetaMask was?
Never heard of it for
what
my
would
life.
You think it would be if you heard it?
It sounds like a Zorro costume on Halloween.
A Zorro costume?
Give me my MetaMask.
Yeah, exactly. Last question for you. Did you know we were going to collaborate?
When I met you, yes. That was it. Before then, absolutely no. But for some reason, when we met in person, I was like, there's something we're going to do together. Was it going to be to this scale? Absolutely not. But I knew we were going to have to collaborate on something.
Same. And since we've collaborated, it's this actual space and the fact that we're using podcasting as a mechanism that have turned into a globally ranked podcast, a business, a much deeper friendship.
Over 250,000 downloads.
Yeah.
Just like less than 40 episodes.
Yeah, a YouTube channel. So the point is this, like she or I could not have predicted all that would have happened. We just put our foot on the gas and we're like, let's go. And I'm wanted to tell you that because what you're not sure, what you're reluctant about in the NFT world might actually prove to be the same way as long as you just kind of learn about it and take action. We're not asking you to buy. We're just asking you to look, to learn, to listen, and listen to us because we're going to help you out. So Heather, I have some stats here.
I hate stats. Did you know that about me? I immediately start sweating and getting nervous, even if the stats mean nothing. Stats just, I think it reminds me of school.
Interesting. Well, you don't need to
go
sweat
ahead.
this. Don't sweat this, but OpenSea, okay? OpenSea, as you know, it's a primary marketplace. Would you agree for NFTs?
Yes.
All right. Last year, the year prior, all of 2020, they did $21 million in total transaction volume for 2020. For 2021, do you know what they did and up until this point, what they've done in total transaction volume?
I would say probably close to $1 billion, if not over $1 billion.
10 billion. It's a 14,500% increase. When they started in 2017 or 2018, they were doing about $28,000 a month, and now they have $90 million months.
Do you know what that CEO of OpenSea is doing right now?
No. Yeah. Exactly.
Twerking and not working.
It says leading NFT marketplace OpenSea is now processing more transactions daily than it did in the entirety of 2020, which is insane. So yeah, that should be a signal. So Heather, can you guess the price?
See, this is why I feel like I'm in school.
I'm just asking you to guess. You don't need to know the answer.
It's still a stat.
How much was ETH in January 2021?
Well, I know when we bought it in June, I want to say it was high in the 2000s, like 2,900 or maybe 3,000. I don't even think it was close to 3,000. So I would guess maybe 2,000, 1,500.
January 2021, Ethereum was $730.
We were so dumb. Can you imagine how rich we would be?
Yep. And today, as of today, ETH is at $4,096. I don't have a stat for how many blockchains there were in 2020, but as of today, there's over 10,000 blockchains. Okay. Blockchain is essentially the ledger. Okay. If you haven't listened to our episodes in the beginning, listen to that. We talk about that. I believe that's episode 2, but there's over 10,000 blockchains and 4,500 cryptocurrencies. So there's 4,500 cryptocurrencies. Obviously, many of them are almost obsolete because no one knows about them, but that's ridiculous.
I swear, this will show you how ignorant I was. Going into this, I had no idea that there was more than one blockchain.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Bitcoin. I didn't even know the blockchain. I had zero clue about all this. This is how elementary I was.
Yeah. And I mean, I would argue we still are. Like, it's important for us to remind you guys, like, we're still newbies. I'm
Yeah.
literally reading freaking stats here that I had to research. Like, I don't fucking know this shit. Like, this is all new. This is craziness. So, what is the most widely known NFT project that you know?
Probably CryptoPunks.
CryptoPunks, okay? So their highest sale recently was $11.8 million of a CryptoPunk. That's 2,500 ETH, apparently. The average CryptoPunk right now for sale is somewhere around 280K on the low end. A year ago, on the low end, what do you think CryptoPunk was selling for?
5 or 10,000.
20,000.
Wow.
So good guess, but 20,000. Like, I'm not going to do public math. That's a pretty big freaking increase.
Yeah.
Okay. So other thing is, here's the last one. The market cap, which means like how much business is this NFT world doing? In January 2021, it was totaled, the market cap was at around 100 million. And as of today, it's 21 billion. Now, I'm not going to give you any more freaking stats, but yeah, but Heather,
What?
although you hate stats, are those sending you any signals, or can you validate that some of those things you have seen, but on a much smaller scale, and that this is actually happening?
100%. But I also too want to come back with this. I can see in the future that this will either level out and or decrease slightly from these stats that we're giving everybody. So yes, you need to consider getting involved and learn as much as you can. But also too, there's a lot of people losing money because they're not first educating themselves on trends and really understanding what's going on big picture. So yes, I'm excited about your stats, but I also still want to say proceed with caution.
Yeah, and the stats, look, I don't care for those. It does illustrate a point on how far something has come, but in the span of a year, I would say you as a runner, Heather, if you went from 9-minute miles to 7-minute miles, that'd be like a massive increase, right? Like this is a massive
Yes.
increase across the
Yes.
board. Like this is not normal. I think I've said it in a previous episode, but Ethereum, for example, and Bitcoin are the fastest adopted technologies ever. And the reason they're fastest adopted is just because the people are behind it. This is kind of like a movement. It's not just about the NFTs. It's not about the fucking rarity about, laser eyes coming out of another regular animal NFT that people think are cool. It's not about Discord. It's not about any of that. It's about people saying like, we want to spend money a certain way. We want to do it a certain way. We want to make utility a certain thing. And we don't want to involve all of y'all who control the money as we understand it. That's really what it is. And that's why I believe it's a technology that's getting adopted. When you think of technology that's getting adopted, you might think like a smart home or an Alexa or whatever. This is actually technology that involves.
I'm not sure about that.
Did you hear that? Alexa was not feeling it. You don't know shit about NFTs. Shut up. I don't talk to him in that way.
Poor Alexa. Listen, y'all, we want to hear what you think. Are you bullish or bearish about this NFT space? Comment below, let us know. But we're going to begin this year the only way that we know how, with the stinking pod deck. This is an important moment.
Ready?
Yeah.
What is one thing you'd wish you'd spent more time doing when you were younger?
Traveling. I think traveling the world gives you such a better perspective of not only yourself, but the things that matter, and gets you thinking a lot less selfishly because you realize how big of a stinking world it is and how the possibilities are just huge. So traveling, I wish I would have done more of it. What about you?
Listening to myself, which means less of following the crowd. I am certainly a person who has kind of followed societal expectations, and maybe that just means like the type of job I should have, or if I should go out and drink, or having another slice of pizza is okay, like all these things, right? And now it's like I feel like I'm in complete control, and I don't give a shit what anyone's doing. I want to do things my way, and life is a million times better for it. I wish I would have figured it out sooner, but that's all good. But that's okay, because 2022 is going to be insane.
I think next year we'll do another wrap up like this one, compare what we talked about this year to see where we'll be. But I want to send y'all off, and then we'll hear from Rich. We wish you the very, very best. Don't get overwhelmed. Be positive. Push for a little more than you think that you can do. Stretch your own boundaries a little bit more. There's more in you than you think, and we've learned that ourselves over this project. How do we send off, Rich?
We send off with asking you to join our Discord. If you are first time hearing this, or you're going back to the beginning to start binging like a lot of people do, which we're so grateful for, we'd love to get to know you. as you can tell by this episode, we say in our trailer, will mildly educate you because we're still learning ourselves. So like our entire premise is just to make it like a cool, I don't like to say safe, but like just a non-judgmental space where you could come ask questions, share your NFTs, share your advice as well, all that good stuff. So join us in our Discord. Thank you so much for making our year pop. Like you guys have no idea. So thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.